to the channel. Today we're in the living room, working inside. We're not out in the garage. It's kind of a mess. I've been organizing and getting it ready for the transmission drop. I got a couple more seals that I'm waiting on, but pretty much I have everything I need to do everything all in one fell swoop. Today we're going to be doing the 740's airbox clips. For those of you that follow me on Instagram, know that I've already installed a couple. So I have a couple prepped on here so I know my measurements. As you can see, they lock down pretty nicely. And they work pretty well. We just got to install about 4 more. So I'm going to show you how to do that. The key is you just have to have your measurements right. If you put it too far down, which I did on the first try, I got my measurements wrong. I put it too far down and I couldn't get it to lock down because it was just too much tension and it was going to break. So I had to bump it up a little bit. Just make sure you get your measurements right. It also depends on how big your clips are. As you can see, these are a decent size. These are about 3.5 inches long. I think they're like 3.43 inches long. Because as you can see, I got broken clips everywhere. Every single one was broken on this box. And it wasn't sealing properly. And there's no way it was going to seal properly. And you're just going to introduce a bunch of dirty air into your system. Let's take this apart. And I'm going to get you zoomed in a little better. We're going to work on this table right here. So I'm going to get the camera down a little more of an angle, and I'm going to put it on a different mode so it's zoomed in a little more so you can see what's going on. I kind of messed up. I put, when I first test fit, I put the lid on the wrong way, and I accidentally drilled the holes right here when it was supposed to be like this. So I got a couple extra holes over here that I just gotta fill them in. It's no big deal. I'm not too worried about it. I'm just gonna use some epoxy, fill it on the outside and the inside. It'll be good to go. You'll never even know. Got a tape measure. Here, we'll measure these clips so we can see how long they are. I think they're like 3.43 or something. Yeah, it's about right. They're just a hair under 3.5 inches long. And the tools you're gonna need. What I'm using here, I'm using a 5/64 drill bit, a Phillips head adapter. This is all going onto my DeWalt. And if I have to bend anything, I'm pretty much using needle nose pliers and my large adjustables, and I'm just kind of holding onto the clip and just bending it as I need it, if I need to get it around any of these bends here. And then I had some of these gutter screws. They have black heads on them. Not that you're ever going to see the screws. And they're literally just tiny little screws. That's all they are. These are number 8 by 1/2 inch. That's what I'm using, number 8 by 1/2 inch. I already had them, so I'm going to use them. There's no point in buying new stuff if you already have stuff, right? Some of the other kits you can get, there's actually kits you can get from Scandix. They bolt on, it kind of sandwiches it, but I mean, these are very secure. I don't think these are going to break. I mean, you'd have to have them too tight to really break them. And you don't need them really tight, you just need them snug. Because there's 6 of them on here holding this thing down, so. Alright, so, let me just double check, we're here. So let's get this one. Oh, I need to get a razor knife because I need to trim this little ear off right here, because obviously I can't put a clamp over top this little ear support. Reinforcement support. So let me go get a razor knife and we'll shave this off. We won't have to do it here. There's no ear in the way. That one's already done. There's nothing over here that needs to go down. So, and then over here, no ear in the way. Just have to bend it around this corner. And the same thing here. So I just need to shave down one ear. So let me go get a razor knife. We'll take care of this one first and get that out of the way since that's going to be the difficult one. And it really isn't going to be that difficult. I ditched the razor knife. I got a chisel here. Just going to chisel this off. This is a very sharp chisel, so it should just go right through it. Yeah, it's going right through it. Got it. Came right off. After I do all this box does have some cracks in it where the old clips were just from fatigue. So I'm gonna have to come in here with some epoxy when I'm done and epoxy this in and let it dry before I install it. So I need to come up the same as this one and the other one. Let me just show you again. It's literally the mark, but exactly between an inch and 1 3/4 and 1 7/8. So that's where I'm gonna put this one at too. It seems to be a pretty good tightness on the clip. You don't want to go too tight, guys, because you'll break stuff. And the reason you want to drill it out, guys, is because if you just try to put this screw straight into the box, you're probably going to crack it. You need to give it some relief, but you don't want to put too big of a hole, because if you put too big of a hole, the screw's going to be too loose, and then it's going to want to pull out. So, and then what I do next, before I put the clamp on there, because it's hard to screw in if I already tried it on the first one. You gotta put the screw in first. If you try to screw it in while you're holding on to the clamp, it's nearly impossible. So, and I'm gonna set this to 10 foot-pounds so I don't break anything, because this gun is pretty powerful. I run it all the way in, and then I back it out. Now it's threaded. So now I can take my clip, and this is for not this one, but right here. It's the one you want. You can see this thing wants to close on me, so I gotta fight it here. Got it. Don't go too tight, because you will strip it out very easily. You don't want it crooked. All right, the second one's super easy. Now that you already have it on there, all you gotta do is drill it out. And this one I don't have to, I just run it in once and that's it, it's done. There it is, that's it. Pretty simple. Now if I put the lid on here, watch this. Put the lid on. I don't have the air filter on, so it's not gonna be crazy tight, but watch. Bring it up, locks right in. Perfect, that's exactly what I want. As you can see, this isn't taking me very long at all. This is very doable at home for the DIYer who's not afraid to do stuff. I'm gonna mark it. I'll show you guys up a little closer where I'm marked. Well, it doesn't really matter. It's up to you. It depends on the clamps you get, because there's so many different types. Drill this one out. Drill that left-handed so you guys can see. All right, we're gonna screw this in. Back up. All right, now this one I'm gonna have to put a bend in. So this one I have to put a bend in. As you can see, it steps down. So what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna kind of line it up roughly and get a good idea where I'm gonna have to put the bend. So let's do this. You can see. All right, so I'm gonna have to put the bend pretty much right on this clamp here, on this clip, right at where this thing starts to, this middle piece right here starts to go up. That's where I need to put my bend down, and I gotta put it back straight. So it's gonna take 2 bends to do that. I think that's gonna work right there. So as you can see, now it's kind of got like a little step in it. You see that? So now when I put it up here, it should match up fairly well. It doesn't need to be perfect. That's pretty spot on, guys. First try. I'm happy with that right there. All right, there's another clip. Pretty good. I like it. And then once you get that filter in there, you're gonna put more material. It's gonna be even tighter. All right, so this one's got 2. This one's got 2. We got 2 more to do, and that's it, guys. I mean, I'm flying through this. I haven't even been working on these clips for more than 10 minutes, really. All right, so we need one right here and then one down here. So here and here. And the only bend I'm gonna have to do here is around this corner, and it's gonna be pretty much just one bend. It shouldn't be too difficult to do. So this one's gonna be the same thing. We're gonna get it centered so I get my mark right in the middle. For the first one. I got it. Run the screw in and then back it out so I can get my threads in. So I don't have to fight it on this first screw. Let's get this top screw in. Oh, that's my food. It's my sweet potato in the oven. That's what that noise is. I'll go check it in a minute. Alright, so I need to bend this by hand a little bit more. That will work. That'll work. And that's pretty much it, everyone. I'm done. Let's put the air filter in and put the lid on and latch it down and see how well it fits. I had to take a heat gun to this airbox because it was warped and it wasn't. It's still kind of, this side bulges out a little bit. Might have to do a little more. You know what I'm gonna have to do? So, okay. So my air filter's hitting this one right here a little bit, but you know what? It's fine. Let's put this on and see how she fits. Oh yeah, I can already tell. You ready? Here we go. There's that one. Let's come opposite side. Lock it all down. You can tell it's nice and tight too, just by the sound it makes. I mean, listen to that. Let's get these two. All right, and that's how you fix your clips on a Volvo, on these 740s. I mean, it's the same for the 240s and 940s. It's probably any airbox that has these style of clips. Here's the factory clip right here. That's the factory clip that holds it down. They kind of pivot. Here's a clip right here that I would actually go into, but that's for a different airbox that it would lock into. So it has a different spot. But this plastic just breaks just because of age, and there's nothing you can really do about it. But there we go, guys. That's how you fix your airbox. Pretty simple. Literally took me, I mean, if you count me putting the other two clips on, a half hour to do all 6 clips. Just take your time, make sure you get your measurements right. But yeah, there we go. Nice little clips, nice satisfying locking sound. They unclip easily. You don't have to sit there and fight them. I know those old clips can be kind of a pain sometimes, but very cheap fix, $16 for clips. That's all it cost me. So recap, I'll put these, the link for these down below. This top screw is 1 inch and 13/16 from the top of the lower box, not the top of the upper box. So you measure with the upper box off. You don't need the upper box on to measure it. Take everything apart again. So yeah, your measurement is going to be from this lip down, and from that lip to this first screw, not the bottom screw, is 1 inch and 13/16. So if you get these clips and do that for a 740 airbox on a turbo, it should work just fine. For the other boxes, I'm not sure. I don't know the exact dimensions on those and how deep the boxes are, and there's different variables. But on this box, that's what I did, 1 inch and 13/16, and it worked fine. Yeah, but that's the only thing I've noticed is that these two clips on the end kind of dig into the air filter a little bit. Yeah, they're digging into the air filter, so that's the only problem. So if you want to, you could. I wouldn't mess with it. Just deal with it. That's all. It'll still seal up. Put this end in first. There we go. Put that end in first, and it works fine. Nice satisfying sound every clip. All right. So that's how you fix those air boxes. All right, so that's gonna do it for this video. Show you how to repair this box, all these broken clips. Pretty simple, guys. Nothing too hard. If you're comfortable wrenching on things, this is something that anybody can really do. Next video coming out, I'm working on the 745 turbo in the garage. I'm pulling the transmission out. I'm going to be doing the rear main seals on the engine because they're leaking, and I'm going to replace the torque converter seal. Anytime you separate an engine and a transmission, replace those seals because, I mean, what's the point not to? They're so cheap. I mean, it literally cost me like 20 bucks in seals. That's it, $25 for the seals. I'm doing that because I don't want to be getting halfway into my trip, move in with the car, load it up, and have a seal blow out on me and just be stuck on the side of the road, pretty much just screwed, and then having to be forced to tow the car because I can't do that on the side of the road, repair something like that. So that's going to be the next video. Should be coming out here in a couple days. Until then, thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time.